Hey everyone, it's Grant Winsauer, and I'm back on the Bear Claw cast here today to go over a couple things that have surfaced in the past couple of days. First off, I'm going to talk about Caleb Williams actually tried to figure out a way to not go to the Bears uh, at the NFL draft last year before taking his top 30 visit to them because he met with the Vikings at the combine and he really hit it off with Kevin O'Connell, their head coach, and he didn't think that um, the Bears were in a good situation, and honestly, he was probably right because he never got anyone to help him watch film. He was just turning it on and trying to figure it out himself. Uh, you know, but Ryan Poles stood firm and told him to come to a top 30 visit, and Caleb came and he he even like lawyered up and tried to get out of it, but and his dad and him were trying to maybe go to the UFL for a year so he could just become a free agent into the NFL the following year, but he uh, he ended up taking a top 30 visit with the Bears, and uh, the Bears stood firm and told him that they were going to be picking him if he declared, and he declared, and after his top 30 visit, he realized that he could help right the ship for the Bears, but he obviously knew that Eberflus was probably on his way out, and that's probably the reason that he wasn't necessarily fond of the idea to be the Bears quarterback because, we didn't know that we were going to get Ben Johnson. Thank God that we did because Ben Johnson is a lot like Kevin O'Connell, the offensive mastermind, and it's very, very good that we have him as our coach now. And I mean, I don't I don't fault Caleb and his dad for wanting to try and get out of it because let's just be real, the Bears were trash. I mean, it it's not a surprise. We haven't won anything since 1985. I mean, the closest we came was the NFC Championship game in 2018, I think, when we got knocked out by the Eagles. But you know, it, um, ever since then, it's just been years of heartbreak and disappointment. But that's what us Bears fans are used to. So hopefully, Ben Johnson and this new regime of coaches and team can turn that around, and I believe they can. But I mean, I'm thankful that we're not having to deal with quarterback troubles anymore. Hopefully, Caleb will be around after his rookie contract, and I believe that he will with Ben Johnson. But I just, it always seems that we draft a quarterback and then at the end of their rookie contract, we let them go. I believe that this time is different, but it's just the previous years of quarterbacks just makes me think that you know something bad's going to happen. But that's not what I'm hoping for. I'm just saying that it's happened in the past. And then yesterday evening, the Bears well, actually, the whole NFL schedule came out yesterday, and I'm gonna go over every game that is for next year, and I'm gonna talk about each of them in 4 game increments, and then I'm gonna give a record prediction, and then that's gonna be this video because that's the only newsworthy stuff that we have going on right now. But let me pull up the Bears schedule on Twitter here. Yeah, if you guys are wondering why my room is so bland, it's because I move out tomorrow. And I go home for summer. So I'm officially on summer break tomorrow. Okay, so let's see. I need to. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I mean, I'm not going to go over preseason because it's not doesn't matter much. But we kick off the season against the Vikings on Monday Night Football, and so we'll play the Vikings September 8th at 7:15 at home against. So it's going to be Caleb Williams versus JJ McCarthy. So that's going to be JJ McCarthy's first game in the NFL because he hurt himself with an ACL injury last year, so he was out all last year. Week 2, we play at Detroit in or at noon, and it's going to be Ben Johnson versus Dan Campbell, and that's going to be a good game. Week 3, we play at home against the Cowboys, and I am actually going to try and get tickets for that game. So me and my dad can go see that game. I hope that I can get tickets because I really want to go see a Bears game, especially under this new regimen. Week 4, we have we take on the Las Vegas Raiders at Las Vegas. And honestly, I do really think that in that first 4 games, we could end up 3-1. Because when we play the Vikings, yes, they have Kevin O'Connell, Justin Jefferson, and Jordan Addison, and every other weapon that they have. But so Ben Johnson is responsible for four 30-point games against the Vikings these past couple of years. So that helps us. But also, JJ McCarthy is essentially a rookie because he injured himself last year. So I don't necessarily think that they're going to be, the best their first week with a new quarterback. Yes, he's been with the team, but he hasn't been able to practice. Week 2, I do think that this would be their one loss in this 4-game stretch. Just because of the fact that even though the Lions are going to have new coordinators and the team is going to be adjusting to a new playbook and all that stuff, Dan Campbell will probably know how to stop Ben Johnson's offense. But it could go both ways. I don't know. But week 3 against the Cowboys, I think that's going to be a win because they just got a new head coach in Brian Schottenheimer or something. I actually have to look that up so I can actually say that right, because I don't think that's right. Sorry, head coach. Oh, actually, I did say that right. But he is the son of a legendary coach. I don't know his dad's name. Actually, so he's the son of Marty Schottenheimer, who coached the Cleveland Browns, Kansas City Chiefs, Washington, and the San Diego Chargers in during a span of 3 decades. But just because you're the son of a legendary head coach doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be the exact same. And yes, the Cowboys did just trade for George Pickens, so they do have CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens now as their top 2 receivers. But let's remember something. George Pickens is a diva, and he tends to take some plays off. So I don't necessarily know if he's going to be, a great number 2 for Dallas. And it always seems like the Dallas Cowboys have gotten diva type receivers, because CD's has his problems. Now they have George Pickens, so I think that's going to be a win. But we'll see how it goes, because I would say that the first month with Ben Johnson's offense is going to be the adjusting period for the Bears. Sunday, September 28th, we take on the Las Vegas Raiders. And I mean, that's going to be a good game, because it's going to be, kind of the offensive mastermind in Ben Johnson against the defensive mastermind in Pete Carroll. And Pete Carroll is a great head coach. He's won a Super Bowl. He's he's a well-respected coach around the league. And he's going to have a run-heavy offense with Ashton Genty. But I mean, with Dennis Allen, he'll know how to stop it. So that one could go either way. So we might end up 2-2, or we could end up 3-1 in the first 4 weeks. I hope. We have a bye week 5, so that's kind of early. I don't necessarily like that. But what am I? We can't change it. So what are we gonna do? And then week 6, we play the Washington Commanders on Monday night. That's gonna be a great rematch of this past year, and I hope that the Bears come out on top of that. But I think that the next great QB rivalry is going to be actually Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. And I can't wait to see this game. I don't know I don't know what I can say much beyond that. So I do think that that's going to be a loss in all honesty. But I think that the Bears and the Washington Commanders are going to have a great rivalry for the next 10 to 15 years with Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels. And then week 7, we take on the Saints at home. Um, you know, the Saints just lost Derek Carr, so they don't really have a QB answer yet. They drafted Tyler Shaw in the second round this past draft a couple months ago, but or actually no, just a couple weeks ago. But you know, I don't think that he's necessarily going to be ready, and then the other options are, I mean, not great at all because they went like 0-6 and then 0-10 or something like that in the starts that they had this past season. So I think that'll be a win. Okay, and then Sunday, November 16th, or wait, no, I'm skipping ahead. Sorry. Um, um, and then this is where some of the stretch gets a little hard. Week 8, we take on the Baltimore Ravens. That's going to be a loss because, I mean, it's Lamar Jackson in that offense. And then week 9 is at Cincinnati. That should probably be another loss just because of the fact that they have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. But you never know. Maybe one of them is down with an injury. Week 10, we take on the Giants, and I do think that's going to be a win. Because, I mean, they, they did get Jackson Dart, but Dable is on his last legs with this season. So if he wants to be the coach for the Giants next season, he's gotta fix. He's gotta have a great upcoming season, and they have the toughest ranked schedule. In fact, ours is actually second to the Giants, which kind of sucks. And then week 11, we take on the Minnesota Vikings for our second matchup. And this one, I think we might lose just because, McCarthy will have some time to get adjusted to the NFL. Playing him week 1 is a good thing because he hasn't really been adjusted to playing an NFL game yet. But if he's healthy week 11, I think he could show out. Week 12, we take on the Steelers. They just got DK Metcalf a couple of weeks ago before the draft, about a month ago, but they still don't have a answer at quarterback. It's talked about that they might get Aaron Rodgers, but he's still up in the air, and it's not a sure thing yet. And then here's the second hardest stretch of our schedule, in my personal opinion. We then, in week 13, we play the Philadelphia Eagles. That's Black Friday. We play the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm gonna say that's a loss. And then week 14, we take on the Green Bay Packers. I hope that we would win one of those games. The problem is we play them 2 times in a 3-week stretch. So we play them week 14, and then we play them week 16. So that's going to be hard. But week 15, we take on the Browns, and with their quarterback controversy, having I think 5 quarterbacks on their roster with um, uh, with Shadir Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, and whoever else is in that quarterback room. We don't know who the starter is going to be, so I'm going to say that that's a win, even with their defense. And then Saturday, December 20th, we take on the Packers again. I would hope that one of those is a win. So I hope we win on that. And then week 17, we take on the San Francisco 49ers. And while the 49ers are a great team, they always seem to be belittled with injuries, especially late in the season. So I honestly think that could be a win against the 49ers. Whether that be Christian McCaffrey having an injury, Nick Bosa having an injury, but it always seems that some big star on their team has a injury that keeps them out of the Bears game. So I think San Francisco could be a win. And last season the 49ers didn't have a great year because they were belittled with injuries too. And then week 18 on January 3rd or 4th, we take on the Lions for our last game of the season. And I would hope that we would win that one. Because I think I remember saying that I remember saying that the Bears might lose week 2 to the Detroit Lions. So I'm hoping that we come out of this season with a 9-8 to 10-7 record. I know that to go from a 6-win team to a 10-win team might seem a little far-fetched, but this coaching staff is so much better than the last one that I think it's possible. Put down in the comments section which games you are most excited to watch, and let me know if you are trying to get tickets to a game or something, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe so we can bring you the best Bears content possible in the near future. So the next time you guys will see me, I'll have a different background because I'll be back home. And that'll be probably, they have their voluntary workouts the 20th to the 22nd or 23rd. So I'll probably do one maybe like the 24th after that to recap that stuff. But I hope you guys enjoy this video, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good one.